And this afternoon we are live from the Manx Workshop for the Disabled, and we are in a hive of activity at the moment. Sean, can you tell us what's happening in here?
Right now we're in the laser department where we're currently engraving a box for Noah Bakehouse and the Creamery. We do all our laser cutting here and most of our metal engraving in the next room.
We have just been inside one of your storerooms where some of the items that have been commissioned are being kept until they're picked up. Those benches in there are stunning. To be honest, I just didn't realise until we came down here today the breadth of the work that you do.
Yeah, we're not. The problem is a lot of people don't assume that we do as much work as we do, but we often try to do any project as long as it's reasonable. So, like, we couldn't build you a ladder to the moon, but we might give it a try. But the benches is something that we take a lot of pride in because, they're on display, people see them, and it feels great because it's almost you're giving something back to the community. Our benches end up in, any place on the Isle of Man, that has access, but we're really, really proud of our benches.
And we can hear the work that's going on in this Noah box just over here. Can we take a little bit of a closer look? I know it's going to be a little bit noisy,
yeah.
But how does this actually work?
Basically, at the moment, we're using a laser engraver to engrave text onto the box. So effectively, we're shooting high-energy particles onto the box, which then burn in a stain, which then finishes the box. It's, that machine's working at 50,000 volts at the moment and uses a process of diffracted light to arrange, and it's on a metal kind of arm going back and forth. It's a really, really seriously cool piece of machinery. Not often you get to work with lasers on a daily basis.
And there's something really quite meditative about watching it, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the fumes or anything that it produces, but I certainly feel a lot more relaxed when I'm watching it. It is quite an interesting process to see.
And when somebody orders a box like this, how long does it normally take for them to receive it?
Normally about 2 weeks. And that includes constructing it from hand. None of the pieces we buy are pre-made, so everything we do is built by hand. It's all handcrafted and hand finished by us.
And you've got one of these, Beth, haven't you?
Yeah, we have actually, and it's just beautiful. We've had it for about a year now, I'd say, and it has solved our seagull problem, which was quite mammoth, I have to be honest. But yeah, just beautifully made, and the fact that it's so personal as well. Every single one that you make is bespoke. Just makes it really special.
Definitely, it's the thing that brings value to the product. Is the fact that it is personalised to each person. We've had funny requests before. We've had boxes given as Christmas gifts, to different people. It doesn't have to be for the creamery. It can do a box with anything on it.
Can you tell us some of the weirdest things that you've been asked to put on top of a box?
A few things are probably not appropriate to kind of mention, on prime time.
That wasn't ours, just so you know.
But it's kind of some of this, we have really sweet messages. So the ones that I particularly like are for birthdays. We've had them stylized with people's nicknames, people's random things that have happened. It's something that we really do enjoy. Each job is different, which is brilliant.
Well, Sean, can you just give us a quick tour around the rest of this part of the building?
Yeah, certainly. So the workshop's divided in two by a road, so we're probably the only office building in the Isle of Man which can get run over going to one side to the other. So right now we're walking down the hallway to the engraving side, where we do all the trophies for the TT are metal engraved in this side. In way of production. So right now Jamie is looking at a job which would get engraved. So these machines right now work to very, very high precision. Each one's down to 1,000th of a mil or even closer. So this is where TT trophies come in. We produce them. It's a very, very, intense operation for 2 weeks.
Because you do all the trophies, including the replicas. I mean, you must be inundated.
Yeah, certainly the guys over here, they work incredibly hard to make sure that each trophy is done, because each one is different. As you can imagine, each rider has a different name, sadly. It would be nice if they're all named the same for kind of ease of production. But each one is, we put our pride and put a lot of kind of attention into it, because one rider might only ride here once in a lifetime. So you need to make sure that that trophy is as best as we can make it.
And you put a lot of information on there as well, don't you? It's not just the name of the riders that goes on there.
No, it's a race time and exactly which kind of event they've competed in. So that's a lot of text, and when you have 200 trophies in a day, that can kind of be quite a process. But we also do trophies for other events as well. We've had some trophies for the worst boating accident of the year, and some hilarious stuff like that. And fortunately, no one died, which is always good. But we, any kind of request we try to reasonably cater, but, it's, it's something we put a lot of pride in. So over this way, we have our larger machines, which we use for wood engraving. So this is where we produce some of our larger products. So this machine here is particularly impressive because you can see the size of the bed of it. We can cut anything, which is, in that bed, which is great. But over here, Mark is currently setting up a machine.
Okay,
Sorry.
Sorry, we're getting in everything.
No, all right.
People are trying to do work here.
I'm just allowing the machine to start, so we have to create a base, so a 0 point for where it starts, so we can create a cut depth, should I say.
It sounds a little bit technical. I'm looking
It
at a
is.
screen here which has got so much information on it.
Yeah. There's a lot of this one.
So what is this going to end up being?
This is a tester because I've realigned the bed, so it's just a square, a circle, and an A.
Okay.
Just to see how it cuts and
Alright.
see if it's level.
Okay.
Simple as that. This is just, so see how the paper doesn't move now?
Yeah.
That is just to show that you're right at 0. So then, to align everything, you create your 0, and that's your point where you start from.
Okay.
So then you can raise that.
Oh my goodness, look at that. So you're just controlling this machine just by using the keyboard there.
And then when we wish to start, if you'd like to see it,
Yeah,
Go.
that'd be great, yeah.
it's going to get a little noisy, I'm afraid.
Okay. We can cope with that.
Yeah.
I think so.
One second. As it's showing here, it's working on the A, the centre of the A,
Wow.
and then it will work over, it will go around the square and a little circle.
That is just so clever. And how long does it take to get to grips with this sort of machinery?
Oh, it took me a good few months to learn how to set it up and create the programs for it. But a lot of it does it itself. You buy the programs, you draw them out. Like I can show you a little 3 legs of man one, which is there.
Right.
That
That
is-
on the laptop.
One I've drawn up earlier to go on a little round coaster.
Oh wow.
So that'll go on that later, but I need to test the bed and see if it's level.
It really is, honestly. There's just so much that happens in here.
It makes you want to be creative, and I love it because each room that we've been in, that smell of the wood and the sawdust, it really makes me think of my granddad because he was a joiner and he had his own little workshop like this, and it's just the memories it evokes. It's just wonderful to be around and see the creativity, the precision though, the precision that they're cutting these things to and engraving them. It's just incredible.
It really is. We are live from the Manx Workshop for the Disabled, and we will be back just after this.